Sunderland v Southend at the Stadium of Light. The 2 games last season finished 3-0 Sunderland at the Stadium of Light, and if I'm right, I think it was George Honeyman, Chris Maguire and Aidan McGeady who scored, because I'm a sad little man, or a sad man regardless. I actually know these things because I'm just pathetic. Look, for me, if you're going to try and have any aspirations of getting promoted, you've got to look to win this game, at least win this game, if not win it comfortably. I know Southall Campbell's there, and Southend got a new manager, but so have we, and if our players apply themselves, and that's if they want it as much as Southend will want it. So, regardless of what anyone says, Southend aren't going to want it on Saturday. They're going to want it. They're going to put their bodies on the line and they're going to really battle for it. We've got to make sure we want it just as much.
Alright, I'm outside the Stadium of Light. I'm with Dave. Dave, obviously, Sun's winning 1-0, a couple minutes left. What do you make of the performance in the whole?
They're not very good, really, overall. McGeady was too greedy.
It's a win, it's 3 points, it wasn't a brilliant performance, we had a lot of possession, didn't have the cutting edge up front. We need the balls to go to Grigg or McNulty down the channels, we're not playing to their strengths.
After that 5-0 win the other week, I was expecting something similar nature, but unfortunately the team that we put out never even looked like getting anywhere near that score, and it was so disappointing. I've never ever been to see Sunderland play where I've been counting down the seconds at the last minute. That was absolutely atrocious, that second half.
I love Ian McGeady. Like I say, I love him last season. He's got that quality, but this season he is not the same player. Like he's not the same player as he was last season. I don't know whether that's the injury he got at the end of last season. He got that injury and he kept a few games, and then he come back in the playoff final. I don't know if he just lost that spark. I don't know, but.
I don't know about love, like I'm not in love with McGeady, like it's just not my type, you know.
We've got Coventry at home on Saturday, the team who put 5 past us at the Stadium of Light last season, and I'm really worried going into this game. Just the whole mood around the club is so negative at the moment, the way how performances are going. Some players simply don't look bothered, the way they're playing on the pitch. We just have a real losing mentality at the moment running through the squad. It feels like a lot of the squad are still feeling the negative downer from when we failed to win promotion at the end of last season.
Jacob Kirkbride back again for another match review here on SAFC Fan TV, and to be honest, Benji Kimioka's last minute goal against Coventry yesterday to salvage a 1-1 draw just papers over the cracks, to be honest. I mean, everything's just damp and miserable, pathetic at the moment from top to bottom around the club.
Yesterday, starting to turn.
I don't blame them.
Starting to get toxic.
I don't blame them.
When it starts getting toxic, it affects everything.
I mean, very quickly, the equaliser really prevented that from really being nasty. Don't get me started on Will Grigg. But either way, he had nobody helping him whatsoever. It must have been a 4-2-3-1. It has to. Whatever formation it was, he would have been up front on his own. It was no way it was a 4-3-3.
We're going to move on to the Burton match on Tuesday night. We're going to go on to score predictions, but I think if Charlie Wyke's fit, he will definitely start, because that's the kind of player that Phil Patterson does like.
Yeah. Burton's a decent side. I mean,
they were all right. We haven't beaten them at home since we started playing them, actually. Hint, lads.
It's a tough game, but we need to start winning football matches, because if we didn't start winning football matches,
we're going to go clinically insane.
God, honestly,
Do you know, for SAFC Fan TV, I'm with Andrew. Andrew, we're getting beat 2-1 at the minute, and it's been absolutely diabolical in my opinion.
I'd like to think I'm one of the most rational people when it comes to Sunderland. I try not to jump on a bandwagon either one way or the other, but Tuesday struck a nerve with me completely. It was absolutely ridiculous.
Personally, for me, I don't think it's going to improve under Phil Parkinson. I think it was a bit uninspiring manager, and we should have appointed someone like Roy Keane, like you just said earlier. But the team's not good enough. I don't think he's getting the best out of those players.
It's just frustrating. Frustrating with the same all the time. We're so easy to defend against. It's just I don't know what the answer is.
Alright, this is SAFC Fan TV. I'm Sean Middleton. I'm with Dino, the dynamic duo. We're going to do a quick preview of the game this Saturday. And unfortunately, one win can change everything. Let's just hope, we'll go down there on Saturday and we can bring 3 points back. But I'm not feeling confident, Dino.
Team's low confidence though in it. You've got Phil Parkinson. I've seen the difference at the start with him.
Yeah.
But now I'm starting to think he's just a Jack Ross, but an older version.
Yeah.
Who's got a couple of teams promoted. He's playing the same system. Yeah. He's making the same mistake as Jack Ross, not being proactive with his substitutions, bringing them on too late, being quite negative now.
SAFC Fan TV. As you can see, the game's still going on behind me. We're losing 1-0 to Gillingham at the minute. It looks like that's going to be the final score. Absolutely shocking. No quality whatsoever in the game. Poor from start to finish. To be honest, I don't know whether Phil Parkinson has a leg to stand on now. I mean, there were fans chanting for KP at the end of the game, and to be honest, I don't blame them. At this moment in time, we are absolutely diabolical. Sort your fucking asses out, man. Get your finger out your fucking ass. Honestly, it's absolutely rubbish. Another defeat. It's 2 wins in 12 now for Phil Parkinson. I mean, doesn't look like he has a leg to stand on at the moment.
I'd agree with that, because how are you going to win a football game when you line up 5 at the back, 2 defensive midfielders? It's not exactly, and no width whatsoever. Wingers sitting on the bench, McGeady and Watmore, Maguire. There's absolutely no width. There's absolutely no penetration. Ledbetter, I love him to bits, but every time he got the ball, he passed it backwards. I mean, how the hell do we fix that?
Before we get started with yesterday's, we call it a football match. How much longer, Michael, do we stick? We'll start with you first because we know your thoughts on it. How much longer do we stick with Phil Parkinson?
We'll give him an extra half an hour and they'll get him to pack his bags and then get lost down the motorway. One of the last people to turn on the manager. I like to give them time, but when you go to Gillingham and you play for a 0-0 draw, what? What?
Well, he wasn't my choice in the first place, but I always say, you give somebody a chance when they first come in, but 2 wins in 13, 14 games is unacceptable on any level. I mean, I could have losses now, and it's getting desperate.
Get rid. Why is he playing 5 defenders? I said change things up, but I didn't mean change things up more negatively. Go 4-4-2. Fine, you went with 2 strikers. Bearing in mind McNulty's not fit. I did say go more narrow, but I didn't mean with 3 defensive midfielders practically.
Actually, what do you think for the atmosphere for the next game, for the Blackpool game next week? Because if things don't go well, I'm really worried of how toxic that is going to turn.
I think,
and I don't blame fans for turning.
I think their attendances are just going to drop off now. Just going to drop, because I just think something big drastically needs to happen. We need to go on a massive winning run or get a new manager in. If you get Phillips in, crowds will come back straight away.
Yeah. The Stadium Night with Terry. Obviously the game's still 1-1. What do you make of the game?
It was just no quality whatsoever, lacked any dynamics, anything like that. Just nothing there whatsoever. It's just huff and puff, slows the game down all the time. It's just no pace whatsoever.
What do you think? Obviously the starting lineup. Do you think the squad, like the starting 11, was good enough? Do you think he picked the right time?
Right, he went straight at the back. He's an experiment. I think he's a manager in trouble. Really, he's just panicking. Really, he's just trying to pick a side that's trying to get him over the line. I mean, when he comes out with statements, we'll take a draw after the Gillingham game, he's panicking big style, isn't he?
It's not a good time, Terry, to be a Sunderland supporter at the minute. I mean, what do we do now?
Well, we'll start him. You know what I mean? That's going to be 3 managers in a season. We've gone down this road too many times, man. There's no we can't continue to keep doing this all the time. It's just a waste of time now.
It's a good question. I don't think this lad seems to have any plan. He's got a group of players who are disjointed. There's no balance in the side. Doesn't seem to have a partner play. Very disappointing today again.
Where do we go, Yvonne, from here?
A long way down, I think.
Well, they're playing like a relegation side. If it wasn't for the fact they're mid-table, that's the type of performance you get from teams near the bottom of the league.
And I feel for Phil Parkinson. He's come into Sunderland Football Club and his back's against the wall straight away. He's got 2 members of his squad, at least 2 that we know of. Apparently, these are rumours, unofficial, but something is in it because Aidan McGeady's being put up for sale. And if After the first week, his first week in charge, he had the team up. A lot of the team were up for it. I mean, when a new manager comes in, you want to see a response from the squad, a response from the team, and he got that against Tranmere for most of them. But if the knives are out, and one or two of your squad members are going to slowly eat away at the rest of the team, the morale's going to go down. The teamwork's going to go down. The people who are actually trying are going to come into work, and they're not going to feel like coming to work. They don't want to come to work because they're being either nitpicked on. There's people there want to see Phil Parkinson fail straight away. So bit by bit, the rest of the squad, the morale's going to go down. And we've seen over the last few weeks, the teamwork, the morale, the results have gone against Phil Parkinson.
It was good to see. It was good to see Charlie White get a goal. I think it's something that he needs. But again, if he's going to cement a place in the team, he needs to turn this into a run. Not go on for another scoreless 5-6 games. Yeah, I mean, look, it was improved. I mean, that's what you said on Phil Parkinson. I'm leaning more towards what Dino thinks, just because, like I've said, take the cups out of the argument. So if you look at it, so who's he played in the league? We've had Wickham, Tranmere, Shrewsbury, Southend, Coventry, Burton, Gillingham, Blackpool. We've only won 2 out of 8. No, really, for a club, for Sunderland in League One, which rightly the expectation is promotion, and that was what Stuart Donald did say Phil Parkinson was brought in to do. That's not promotion form.
Sunderland versus Bolton match on Boxing Day. Are we going to smash Bolton?
No, but we'll beat them. I think we'll go 2-1 Sunderland, and it's only because Bolton are probably morale quite low. That's the only reason I'm going for a victory.
Right, I'm with Margaret Fletcher. Margaret, it's still Sunderland 0, Bolton 0.
Yes.
It's a pretty poor display, again.
Very.
Where they'll go from here.
Very. I don't know where we go from here. There seems no heart in the team.
Yeah.
There seems no commitment in the team. I don't know that this manager can motivate them at all.
To be fair, I think that on the day, I think Bolton were the better side. I don't think Sunderland really came out of the blocks until maybe the last sort of 15 minutes. There was a little pressure, they had a few decent spells in the game. Unfortunately, you didn't nick it, because it would have been robbery that for us today if you won today, I think.
I believe that you were the better side on the day. I mean, we were pathetic again, but we've been used to seeing this all season. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You've got Phil Parkinson, isn't it? That's why. No, you've robbed the tactics. You've got the tactics. Yeah, the tactics don't work.
He's not that bad. Don't be like that.
He's standard League One football. Bradford, he should be at Bradford City, back where he belongs, playing shit football, mid-table football. That's where he belongs. Phil Parkinson, you do not belong at this big football team like Sunderland.
I'm with Kai from Bishop Auckland. This game is Doncaster Rovers 1, Sunderland 2. The last couple minutes left.
Is it 1-2?
Last time I checked it was.
Yeah? Aye. No, I thought we played alright.
All I've got to say to that is, jingle bells, jingle all the way. All what fun it is to see Sunderland win away.
Hey!
Oh, Dino, fucking listen to them. 4,000, that's what they fucking deserve every week, mate.
Are you fucking for real?
They deserve that every week, mate.
You cannot swear.
They deserve it every fucking
Alright.
E-I-O!
Up the football team we go!
After all the bad games we've had, you've got to stand there and praise them that were out there today, because they were absolutely perfect. They were brilliant to watch today.
Enjoy
a few drinks. I'll have about 4 Diet Cokes for icing.
Yeah, we're back. We're back. Listen, we're not back right. But at least the players played with that. At least the players played with that.
Exactly.
And it doesn't matter who's manager. The fans are eating the batters. And we stand until we die.
So, are you confident? Obviously now. Do you think we're getting the playoffs?
No, listen. I'm not pipping over any cracks.
Right? That's what everyone.
We've had 4,000 fans here. We've played well. It's a great win.
Yeah.
But that doesn't pip over no cracks.
Exactly, man. Exactly fine.
The way the fans think about the owners and the management, it's exactly the same. The players have put a shift in.
Yeah.
It's a great win.